Hola, gringos y gringos. Welcome to Gringos R Us.
Expats with a Plan. This week's episode, we're going to reflect back on some of the things that have happened in the last 6 months. Coming up next.
So welcome back. We are so glad you're here. Mark and I were sitting around the other night and we're like, what are we going to do our video on this week? And I looked at our channel and all the videos that we have already. It's kind of amazing what we have put together. And we realized this is our 6th month. This is like a 6-month anniversary for us.
Well, almost 7. Because the first one came out March the 6th. And
true.
Thursday is October the 6th.
And we weren't real super consistent at first. So
no. You guys have been phenomenal in giving us not only support and love and everything else. We appreciate all of that. But we're going to touch on some of the things that when we first sat down in Isla Mujeres back in February and did the first video, some of the things that we thought about and some of the things we thought were going to occur, and some came to fruition. Others have had to change.
Yeah. I thought it would be interesting just to look and see, how have things changed? Have we stayed on the trajectory that we had? What's different about what we were saying 6 months ago or even 3 months ago? So I think right off the bat initially, the spreadsheet.
Yeah, when we sat down in Isla Mujeres, we had this whole grand plan. Mm-hmm. And one of the things was we had this spreadsheet, and that's how we were determining where we were going to go and how we were going to pick and choose all the cities. The list has gotten rather long of all the cities we're going to be visiting. So it's going to be a fun 4 years coming up as soon as we get in the country. But we started with a spreadsheet and put all of that information on there, and we put that out there so that people can take a look, and it's in the spreadsheet part 1 and part 2. And Gina did a walkthrough of the entire thing.
Yeah, but some things have changed since the spreadsheet even. While the spreadsheet was super helpful, particularly for us in organizing what we were looking for and where we wanted to visit and live and what we needed to eliminate from our list. It taught us a lot about how to do research on the internet.
Oh, yeah.
A whole lot.
Yep.
And a lot of things have happened since then. Let's see. Like one time we lost the spreadsheet completely.
That happened.
And I had to rebuild it.
And one of the things while building the spreadsheet, we really started paying a lot of attention to the Mexico Relocation Guide. And we found that a lot of what we were trying to dig up on the internet, Mariana had already put together.
Sure.
And it's a great resource that saved us a ton of time, because some of the stuff that we were looking at, she had already done all the research and hers is kept up to date. So if you want a link to Mariana's YouTube channel or her website, it's in the comments down below.
It is. It's in the description below. We had a lot of people asking us for copies of the spreadsheet. It kind of had a life of its own. We learned a lot. I think mostly what we learned is that it really showed us how to determine what was important to us and finding places we wanted to go to.
Mm-hmm.
And that was very important. And a lot of people may not think that our way of doing it was such a great way, and that's okay. We just,
and to be honest, there's times that we looked at it and we looked back at it and went, oh, we really didn't need to put all this much in there. But it helped us at the time to learn about these different locations. So,
absolutely. Yeah. Okay, so then 6 months ago, we had an 18-month plan.
Yes, we did. Yeah, the whole plan originally was we were going to start this year, do everything as far as getting ready for the consulate, go to the consulate down in Atlanta, because at the time COVID was still affecting a lot of what was going to be available as to where you could get appointments.
Yep.
And then go down for our annual vacation next February, and do the conhay and get all that, and then move.
And then come back,
get the
clear
house
out
all
our
ready.
stuff,
Yep, and then move in the summer of 2023.
which would be like another 6 months or so from now, or 8 months from now, pretty much.
8 to 10 months from now
Yeah.
was the original plan.
Yeah,
we were
so
originally
we
looking
were
at sometime
like
in
August.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, and then things changed. One of the things that changed is there seemed to have been an increased urgency to get the process done. Mostly because I think, I'm sorry, we have to stop a second. What is that?
It's a car.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It's that piece of shit Corvette.
Piece of shit car.
That it is.
I got a piece of shit car.
You haven't heard the worst of it yet. It's about to really get bad. He's just trying to get it running right now. Even the geese are going.
Even the geese are upset about
Piece
this.
of shit car. It's just a piece of shit car.
He never ever get the pussy.
But he thinks his Corvette gonna do it.
Oh Lord. Did somebody puke in the back?
There ain't no back in a Corvette.
Oh. Does he spring poke the balls?
Bring my fucking balls.
Ouch, ouch, ouch. I'm sorry, it's stuck in my head now. All right, I'm going to try to carry on. So initially, we had an 18-month plan, and of course that changed, as we said. And one of the things that changed, I think it was, we felt like there was this sense of urgency. We suddenly started hearing about changes that immigration was making. It was harder to get interviews and appointments at the INM. It was getting harder to get interviews and appointments at the consulates.
Well,
the income guidelines were going to rise again.
Definitely rise in 2023. We touched on that.
Yeah.
And in the things to prepare to do now before you go to the consulate video, which is right up there. One of the things was we were sitting here going, oh yeah, we're going to do this, put all our paperwork together, make our appointment, and life be good. We didn't realize that the hardest part was actually in getting the appointment.
Yeah, the appointment, his trip.
I told you.
How annoying. Anyway.
He's out to get the pussy. That's a Corvette, people.
And never get him very far.
Oh no.
Anyway, yeah. What we realized is the hardest part about this entire process are getting the appointments. So, and then I had things going on at work. I was very stressed out about my job. I was tired of it, and I was putting up with it just because we needed the income. And then we had some issues with the health of our pets, and we found that we were going to have to put them down. I think we both realized even by August of 2023, the pets were not going to be around that long. They were never going to make that trip, but we did not anticipate that they were not going to last.
We didn't realize that the slope that they were on was as steep as what it was.
Right.
And when it started going downhill, it went downhill quick.
It went down so quick. It was just really sad to watch watch them both lose weight, and just so that happened. So
and then it really came down to two of us sitting in the house, no pets there, a job she hates, and we're going, why are we sitting here now?
Why are we staying here? And so we decided, okay, why not just go now? Why not go now instead of doing that trip twice to Mexico for various appointments, coming back, dealing with stuff, pushing it off until next year? Why not just do it now? So
we then compressed 18 months into 2.
Yep.
2 months.
Another thing that I think has changed considerably in the last 6 months since we started this was the reaction that people had about us doing it.
See above. But yeah, we had, I mean, everybody originally was sort of, you're moving where?
Yeah.
You're doing what?
Yep. And everything from family to friends.
And neighbors included. And when we started to explain to them, it suddenly became, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And then for some people, it was like, tell me more.
A lot of people, it was tell me more.
Yeah. Tell us how you're doing this.
And this was all pre-inflation. Then once inflation started, then it was really like, tell me more.
Yeah, it's true.
You know,
I guess another thing that changed considerably is how much we ended up putting in storage. We have a 5x15 room, and that's it. And I will say that at least a third of what's in that room is my record collection. We really didn't keep that much. What we were thinking about keeping, I don't know, the bedroom furniture and a bunch of other stuff.
But by the end of the year, we could have bought new bedroom furniture for what we would have paid in storage fees.
Yeah.
I mean, that literally was the point of going, oh, well, let's spend, $3,000 a year on storage fees. Well, in 2 years, we would have bought the whole bedroom suite all over again.
The lesson learned, and a lot of people say this. There are people, of course, you will see them on YouTube, that they went to Mexico with 2 suitcases each, and they did it. And they can get on buses and travel from place to place with no car, and they did it. It's not going to happen. Look, and when we say 2 suitcases for me, I'm not even talking about clothes. I have one small suitcase of shoes and 1 large suitcase of clothes. No, what it is with me is all my other stuff. My art supplies.
One big suitcase. What about the vacuum bags?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
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 I hang my head in shame.
Yeah. The person with 2 suitcases is here.
But the point being, neither one of us would have really totally been able to just go to Mexico with 2 suitcases and nothing else. I don't think you could have either.
I'd have been a lot closer.
Yeah, you would have.
Yeah.
But it wasn't going to happen.
I mean,
and
for a clothes horse, you would not believe the amount of clothes that I got rid of.
He had more clothes than me. His closet was twice the size of mine. And yeah, he did get rid of a lot. But we did both get rid of a lot.
We did.
And so,
And we're not done yet.
And we're still technically not done. We still have some things we have to whittle down.
Because it ain't all going to fit in the car.
No, it's true. Downsize number 6 or 7. I forget what number we're on now. But we did realize that we don't need to take that stuff with us. A lot of people have already said you can get everything you need just about once you're there.
Yep.
And with us doing Airbnbs, furnished Airbnbs for the next 4 years, we still don't need some of the stuff we decided to keep, honestly.
Nope.
So that was one thing that definitely changed in the last 6 months. We definitely decided we were not hauling so much with us.
The biggest thing, honestly, was once we got done doing the whole purge of the estate sale and having a dumpster and then just throwing our stuff in the dumpster, once you start doing that, you'll be amazed as suddenly you start going chunk,
not even looking at it.
Chunk.
Oh, here's a box. Psh, don't even know what's in it. Okay.
So it's terrifying at the beginning because of the amount of stuff that you have, and you start to go, oh my God, I can't get rid of this. Can't get rid of this. Once you start that purge and you start to get rid of things, suddenly you go, you know what? I really don't need all this crap.
Another thing is that we realized we wanted to make good quality videos. We really wanted to reflect the things we were seeing and the experiences we were having. So we got better equipment.
Yep.
We literally...
and downsized.
Yes.
And I mean...
Well, better quality, I guess.
And better portability. Because, I mean, I had some really good, being in the photo industry for 30 years, I had some quality stuff. But it was big, it was bulky, and it just was not going to be something that I've toted it around on cruises and not even all of it.
Yeah.
And that's when I was younger, and it's not going to get any easier. So it was like, we got to get leaner and meaner. And so we got some of the best stuff that we could get that was in a compact size. So the quality of videos, when we get to Mexico, hopefully you guys are going to go, oh man, this is great. That's the goal.
We hope. That is the goal. I mean, that included upgrading our cell phones so that we have newer phones by the time we leave. That included getting a vlogging camera and trading in a bunch of his, or selling all of his camera gear mostly to get that vlogging camera. That included
the drone.
The drone. I wanted to get really nice aerial shots, and that also included us getting some wireless mics, although we're not using them right now, and we still have to test them out a little further. That was another item on the list. So that's something that's changed in the last 6 months, because the initial goal was, let's just take all our stuff. No.
No. No.
Then also in the last 6 months, well, we ended up with 2 mail forwarding services with 2 PMB, personal mailbox numbers.
See last week's video for that nightmare story.
Yes. And do I think or know if we're going to keep both long term? My gut feeling is no, we're not. We're going to keep one of them.
Yeah.
And I still don't know which one yet.
Well, the best part is we get a year to be able to compare the quality of the service that we get and the price of the service that we get from both of them. And so with that being said, we're actually going to be able to, next year at this time, we're going to be able to say, this is what we got from company A, and this is what we got from company B, and this is what we liked about this, and this is what we liked about that.
Right.
Bang for the buck. Customer service wise right now, it's a no-brainer, because Dakota Post saved our bacon in Sioux Falls.
They did.
And allowing us to get what needed to get done in a morning, because otherwise we may still be in Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
The other thing that's happened since we started this in the last 6 months is we have literally moved to South Dakota.
Yes.
We moved to South Dakota on paper. We now have South Dakota driver's licenses. We have a title for our car. And
we hope we have title for our car before we leave.
And we've got plates on the car. And the benefit of that, of South Dakota plates, is that they had a front and back plate, which I didn't realize that Mexico has front and back plates.
They do.
That's a bonus. The reason we moved to South Dakota, we did cover that in another video pretty early on. There's a whole lot of financial savings benefits to being...
A lot of tax benefits.
Yeah, to being a South Dakota resident.
Yep.
And since we're going to be in Mexico on a budget, we're going to be living on his Social Security and whatever little bit of money I can be earning until I can retire, which is quite a few years. We really needed to save as much money as we could. And so South Dakota offered that opportunity to us.
Yes.
No state income tax, and we didn't have to travel back to the States every year to get our car registration completed.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, so, I mean, there were some benefits there. Then, and here's a big one. And 6 months ago, we barely even had 50 subscribers. Today, we have over 625 subscribers. That's small compared to a lot of channels, but it's big to us.
Yes.
We have people who have joined and become our patrons at Patreon. We have...
And thank you for all of you who have done that.
Yes, and we even had some buy us a coffee, which was just amazing. We just never expected that growth, especially not before we even get into Mexico. So I hope you know that your support, subscribing, sharing our videos,
and your comments.
Comments.
This has become a great little community.
Yes.
That we know we're going to get comments, and some of them have been extremely informative, not only for us, but for everybody else who's a subscriber, who's reading it. And the community has really taken on a life of its own.
Yep.
And thank you for that.
It's from comments from our viewers, you viewers right there. it's comments from you that have gotten us places like getting the automobile insurance that we were looking for that was going to save us the most amount of money, for example.
Yes.
Suggesting the estate sale as a way to get rid of all of our stuff.
Well, and then we had people who also turned us on to the fact that there were I&M offices in places that we didn't know about.
Yeah,
that weren't listed on the website. And so, those comments there made us, or allowed us, not made us, but allowed us to really change and formulate a plan, because once we found out where all the I&Ms really were, it was suddenly like, oh, crap. We don't have to be in here at this time or here at this time.
Right.
So you guys have been great in informing and helping not only us, but everybody else who reads it. And it's been fun watching this grow.
It really has been. So we are looking forward to being with you for the next 6 months and watching this community grow and exploring Mexico with you, sharing with you our Airbnb locations.
I can't wait to see her try and fly the drone through the Airbnbs.
I'm not going to fly them through the Airbnbs.
Well, I didn't know if you were going to give them a bird's... Oh, okay.
No. But I can't wait to share. We can't wait to walk the neighborhoods, and of course, there's the typical usual. Oh, hey, look, there's this, church and this street and things. That's great, but I can't wait to share that with you from our perspective. I can't wait until we can show you what our Airbnbs look like and how much it cost us to stay there for that month and just all those things. I'm looking forward to it. I think we're really looking forward to getting on the road and getting this starting this adventure. This first 6 months has just been amazing and far surpassed anything that I think either of us anticipated.
By far. Leaps, bounds, it's not even close. You guys have just really been great.
So once again, we would like to thank you very much. If you are liking our videos and if you think it's bringing you some entertainment value or some content that you find valuable, educating you in this process, please do like and subscribe.
And make sure to ring the bell. That way you'll get notified every time we drop our new video.
Leave a comment below. I think we're going to get to the point pretty soon that maybe we can even start doing things like, hey, ask us some questions. If you have any questions you would like to ask or anything you'd like us to look into using as content for a future video, please let us know. Yeah.
And hopefully when we get to Mexico, we're thinking about doing our first live one down there so that everybody can sort of, once we're there, go, okay, questions about this, questions about that, and we'll be able to give you the straight scoop on how the journey down went, how the appointments went at the consulates, everything. It'll all be there for you guys to poke, prod, and ask.
I think that's a fair judge of time.
Yeah.
Once we're in Mexico, we've been there for a little bit, we will start thinking about doing some live ones. Yeah. Okay.
So.
Well, thank you, everyone. This has been
Again,
another great opportunity to just tell you how much your support and the community has meant to us and has helped us grow.
We are Gringos R Us.
Expats with a plan.
We are doing it.
And
you can too.
Hasta la próxima vez.
Adios. See you next week.